So right now we're looking at Maxx Crosby on the left-hand side.
Nice.
Right now, one of the coaches actually came in here and they were talking about slanting, right? And we're slanting into our gaps in a run game. So a lot of the times in high school and in college, maybe Jason, that when you guys slant, you guys dip and rip. Welcome, Itsuki. I know it's probably late in Japan over there, but welcome to the chat. Right now we're talking about Maxx Crosby slanting into the B gap right here. How I how I did it all of college and how I normally would do it. I was an undersized D lineman. I always like to dip and rip and get skinny, right? And hopefully just go through there. But how I'm starting to see that nowadays is when we dip and rip and get skinny towards the block, is we're just hoping for the best, right? We're hoping we get through that little crack. We're hoping our explosion and we can just rip through. And we don't want to hope for stuff as playing defensive linemen. We want to attack and react. And how we do that is attacking with our hands. So 98, Maxx Crosby, he's attacking his B gap right now. He's pushing off his outside foot and slanting what I call an angle step towards his B gap. Right now, he knows that his next visual key, so he goes from the tackle to the guard. The guard is coming at him right now. So he needs to understand that this is a run play and he needs to get hands on to the sternum and bicep right now to create knockback. Right now, Max does is what little guys or tinier guys, defensive ends do is they get skinny. But the only way this worked for Max right now is because of the system they were going. So the offensive line are running a man system, right? So this tackle is on Crosby, this guard is on 41, this center is on 95, and then this guard is climbing up to 5, right? So when they're man blocking, that means we're not just passing off blocks. So the guard is not caring if this guy slants in. Our tackle should be able to block him right now. So if we were in a zone, if they were playing zone and they were passing off blocks, Max would absolutely get destroyed right now, right? Because he has hands low and he's just hoping for the best and whiffing with that inside shoulder. Because our guard, his visual key is actually locked on 41 right now. And our tackle is just not in a great position to do this. So he's lucky. He's lucky that they're in the system. Maybe they studied it. But at the end of the day, I'm slanting into the gap, into the B gap. My next visual key is going to be the guard if I'm playing defensive end. I want to get hands on right now if I'm Max. If I get hands on right now, I can penetrate, I can control. If it's a pitch, if our running back continues to go out, I can shed and go out and make the play. If he cuts back right now, we can also make the play. Because if Max goes right here and our offensive lineman actually seals him out and our running back decides to just cut back, he can't make the play. So what I always say is get your hands on and control the block and drive your feet. So I remember I always used to dip and rip because I'm undersized guys. So I know undersized guys, you just got to keep practicing on getting your hands on. Welcome to the group, Pepe. Jose, you have Pepe on there. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi,
All right,
everyone.
we're just going over Maxx Crosby right now. So we're just going to go over a little bit of his stuff and then we're going to go over your stuff later here, Jose, okay? And get some questions in.
Yeah,
Coach,
sure.
so like
What's up,
what
Itsuki?
game? Hi, good morning.
Max, he's on the left-hand side right now, right? I love his angle, right? It's obviously a pass rush situation, so he's widening out, right? I know our high school coaches are like, man, I hate seeing my defensive end out that wide, right? I get it, right? I hate it too if they don't understand what's happening, but if they truly understand it's a 3rd and 10 or it's a 3rd and 8, move them out, right? Because a lot of times they're faster than a high school or college guy, but they need to understand if it's a pass play. A lot of the times, a lot of guys go out here and ends up being a run, and then he needs to close the gap within 3 yards, which sucks, and it's opening up holes, right? So high school coaches, college coaches out there, just remember that if your guy is lining up wide, just make sure he knows it's a pass play, and he's 90% sure it's a pass play. Okay, so let's watch Crosby right here. Great get off. Love his get off. First step's explosive. Second step, he's reading his guy. He gets a little hesitation step here. So it's Suki. I think it was you who asked about the hesitation step, right?
Yes,
So today, buddy, so look at his hesitation step. So after 2 steps, he gets into a hesitation step. And what I said in your post is when we do our hesitation steps, we need to go forward. We need to attack with our hesitation steps. We can't attack, we can't hesitate in place. So as soon as he hesitates, his inside foot, it's gaining ground. Do you see this?
yes,
It's gaining ground. Then his next foot, it's also gaining ground. So he's hesitating, but he's gaining ground at the same time. He's not chopping in place and not going anywhere. He's still going forward. And what I say is, I want to react after my second hesitation step or my first hesitation step. Because after that, it's too much dancing and you're just dancing in place. So he takes 2 hesitation steps. And what kind of offensive lineman, guys, if anybody can shout out here, what kind of a setter is this?
Low hand.
Low hand, love it. Low hand so far. I would say he's a passive setter, right? So he's sitting back on that 45, kind of vertical set, and he's passive, right? He's sitting back. He's waiting for Maxx to come to him. So as soon as Maxx threatens him with the hesitation, right? He throws the hesitation steps. It makes the offensive lineman shoot his hands, right? He's like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to shoot my hands. So shoots his hands. Maxx doesn't even care about his hands because he realized he was a passive offensive lineman. And what do we do against passive offensive linemen, guys?
Bull rush.
We
With
bull
bull
rush
rush,
them.
though.
We
Yeah.
bring the fight to them, right? So as soon as their hesitation's like, I can't make a move right now, right? He hasn't low hands, he hasn't shot or anything. He's sitting back. He's being a
I
baby.
I got a question, coach.
What-
Sorry.
What's up? What's up, Jose?
So here, this guy is a passive setter, yeah, but he is more like a low elbow, high hand kind of setup, right?
Yes.
So what does it count to count as a low or high punch? Is it the elbows? Is it the hands? Because if you notice, like his elbows stay low, but his hands aim for the shoulders.
Yep. Well, it's all depends on where you attack him. So if you make the move now, he's a low hand shooter, right? But what happens if you make the move now?
He's a high hand, man.
So it all depends on where he goes. So he goes from low to high, right? So if you can threaten him fast enough and then make the move, make the cross chop right now, it would work, right? Because he comes from low to high. So if you can catch on top of his cross chop before he comes up, it works. But if you get there at this point, what are we going to be doing?
A double swipe.
A double swipe. But Maxx wasn't even thinking about that. He was just running, hesitation step. He's like, he hasn't thrown his hands yet. Right now, he already told himself, I'm going to bull rush this guy, right? So that works. Bull rushes him, right? What I love about him is he gets off him, right? Gets off him. And what does he do here? What does he notice of where he's at? Where does Maxx notice he's at right now?
Quarterback level.
Quarterback level.
depth.
So if he kept rushing past the C gap, does he get the sack?
No,
If he kept rushing all the way
he's
around
out of
here.
the play.
Exactly, right? So his awareness is massive here. And what I love here, look at this. So he went passive, bull rush, and then he goes into his next move, guys. And what is his next move right here?
It's a swim.
Club. So he gets a club swim. So when I
Okay.
teach the club, I teach you need to get on the back of his pads. You see that?
Yeah,
That is
that's
textbook by Maxx, right? Because it brings him forward, right? You hit him on the back and you bring him forward. And then the pad level, he's already high. So he brings a swim over top and then finishes on the QB.
That's great. Yeah.
And it all started, guys, right, with his angle, right? So his angle, hesitation steps are going forward. He's a passive puncher. He attacks with a bull rush, realizes that depth of the QB, clubs. So much goes into a pass rush, hey, guys, instead of just running and trying to get a quarterback sack. Any
Yeah,
questions? Any questions before I move on?
Well, yeah, I have a couple questions. The first thing is I notice how when he is like addresses some power or puts some power on the other guy, he doesn't need to recover, right? He just pushes him out of there, and he doesn't have to make steps on the ground or jump back. He just right back there. You see how he just down and then he just back ready to keep fighting. It's
Yes, Jose.
how do you practice that? Like, is it in the gym? Is it about squats or is it more?
It's not about it being in the gym. It's about being on the field and making your moves and understanding that you don't get frustrated after missing your original move. Because right now, he brought the move, right? He brought the bull rush. It kind of worked, but did he really did he beat him right now? No. But what he did good right now is that when he bull rushed, do you see his inside foot here, guys?
Yeah.
So he brings the inside foot, he bull rushes. Now, where is the inside foot pointing?
To the QB.
Towards the QB, right? So now he doesn't have to flip his hips and get it back towards the QB. He can react now, start running again, get back in his pass rush lane, just like I was before. Okay, that move didn't work, but I'm still facing the quarterback, so I'm going to start running again and make another move. What's cool about these guys is they don't stop making moves, right? A lot of us young dudes, a lot of us guys are so locked in on, I need to make this one move, and if this one move doesn't work, it's over with, right? Just understand it's a fight. If this move doesn't work, don't wait a second and think. Just make another move, right? And hopefully just keep getting your feet and your toes pointed towards the QB, and you'll get there. A lot of the times you get sacks off of effort. You don't get sacks off of just beating the guy clean, guys, okay? Perfect. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
I have one more question, if you don't mind.
Yes, what's up, Jose?
Yeah, when you're getting wide, does it require to be fast, and when to do it, and what changes when playing wide on the technique, or how to
So playing wide on the technique, do you see how if Maxx is angled towards his upfield shoulder, Okay. Do you see
Mhm.
this, guys? See how his angle is going to the upfield shoulder? If he lined up wide and just ran straight up field, do you think he's getting anywhere closer to the quarterback?
No, no.
No, right? And he would just run out wide, and the offensive lineman would just sit, 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 sit. So, as much as you want to angle out, just make sure when you start running, you're not running upfield. You are trying to beat him to this shoulder and to his set point. And when I say that, guys, is when the offensive lineman gets to his set point, this is his set point. Okay. And do you see how Max was pretty angled out and pretty far away? If he tightened down
Mm.
just a little bit, he probably could have made his move right here and made a low hand cross chop punch and made it way easier on him. You see that?
Yep.
And he just angled out way too far, but he still got there, right? Still got there. Any other questions before we move on? So Max comes in from the side, right? I know he almost got a chip, but what he's doing doesn't matter where he's coming from. Doesn't matter if he gets a chip. He gets back in his pass rush lane, and what is he doing? He's attacking the upfield shoulder. Do you see how his toes and his hips are all facing the upfield shoulder and the quarterback at the same time? He's dictating where he wants to go. He's not running upfield. So let's watch what Max does here. He goes against the same offensive lineman. He gets a passive puncher, right? So he goes bull rush again. Bull rush, right? Bull rush didn't work. He escaped on the QB. What I really want to teach here, guys, because there's not much of a teaching point, is when we get off on the quarterback right here, I call this matching the hand, right? So, Max, when you guys get on quarterbacks and they're running, they're scrambling, and you get to a point right here, don't jump. Do not jump. Do not let him get a chance to pump fake you and then run around the corner. What Max does great here, do you guys see how he raises his left hand, not his right hand? By raising his left hand, he's matching the quarterback's throw. So look at this. He's making the throw way harder for the quarterback to throw this. If he jumped, he could have pump faked him around and possibly gained 10 yards. So guys, this is called matching the hand. If any of your coaches are teaching this, matching the hand. Match the hand, match the hand, don't jump. Okay, guys? Any questions on matching the hand?
Never heard that. It's pretty cool. I have a question here. You always follow the inside hip of the QB, right? You don't lose that mark because he can cut back or
Yes.
like
So
you
you're
push him to the sideline, right?
Yes, so you're fighting inside hip, just like we're tackling, right? You want to be able to just go through hip so you can be able to go this way or that way. If we over pursue, he's going to break this way. If we fight under, he's just going to keep outrunning us, right? It's a happy medium. Attack the back hip.
Right.
Um,
Yep.
hi,
What's up, Sugi?
coach. So, like, my coaches makes us like do match our hands with the quarterback
Yep.
before like he even starts throwing. So, like, should we do that or like?
Personally, you do what your coach says to do, right? Always that. But
Yes,
what I say is, you said your quarterback, your coach teaches you to match the hand right now. And then you're saying put the hand up right now, right?
yes,
I don't say that. I say you match it, right? So when he puts his hand up, you put your hand up. See how he puts his hand up? You put your hand up. Because if you
yes,
start running with your hand up and he's just running, the quarterback's always going to be faster than you because you're not fast running like this, are you? No,
yeah,
you got to run, get to your spot, and your eyes are on the hand, but you're also your peripherals on the back hips. You're not over pursuing, you're not under pursuing. I know it's a lot, right, guys? And as soon as he picks his hand up, you pick your hand up, right? It's called matching the hand. That's why we match the hand, right? But again, try it out in practice, but then if your coach tells you, no, you're going to do it earlier, then just do it earlier. Right now, Maxx Crosby's on the outside right now. He gets a down block, okay, guys? So I know he's lined up in a big nine tech, right? So let's just pretend he's reading 88 and he's our tackle, right? So he's visual key, he's angled in a great position to attack him. 88 gives him a little flash, right? So he's got to respect the flash. So he's just hesitant. He's about to get hands on. Okay, he doesn't flash. So his next thing he does, his eyes are located down the line. So as soon as we get a down block, guys, our eyes go down the line before we look at the mesh point because that's our nearest threat. This big dude might be coming to come get us, right? So it all depends in our scheme, right? Spill technique, we go underneath. Box technique, we want to hold the outside. Right now, Max has a spill technique. So when Max locates this guard pulling, a spill technique means we need to go underneath him so our linebacker 41 can go over the top. So we want to force everything over the top. So let's watch Max go over here. So Max gets it perfectly, right? What I call this is a Ron arm, right? We're going our inside hand and our inside foot inside the armpit right here, and we're spilling everything outside. So right now, the running back is getting tackled by Max, or if he bumped outside, this linebacker should be there to make the play. Any questions on taking on pullers or taking on a spill block or trying to do a box or spill? Right now it's a spill. So any questions on a spill?
No.
No questions. We all good with the spill technique?
Yep.
Good. That's simple football. What I just love about Max, though, guys, is that he gets his eyes down the line now, right? A lot of us cheated and want to look here instead of looking here, right? As soon as we see this, he's sprinting, understand he needs to get there, and he makes the play. Awesome.
Um,
Great. What's up,
actually,
Suki?
I've got a question. So, like, shouldn't Matt Crosby just at first go 1 yard downfield and then start the like spill technique?
Yes, he should start the 50-50 technique, but what gets him right now, it's Suki. Do you see 88? How he tries to put his hands on him here?
Yes.
Right? So he right now he kind of stutter steps and thinks, oh, maybe I gotta hold this gap, right? So he overthought it, and then his eyes just went straight down to here, which are great, and then he gets down the line. So it just froze them just a little bit. That's why those tight ends and that's why those tackles do that. It'll give you a little fake to make you think to get into that one gap position, but you should get into a 50-50.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
No worries. That's why I say read and react, attack and react, right? You might do that, and then you might fake, and then you got to react to what's going next. So let's watch him out on the outside right here, guys. 98. He's wide. He likes to play wide, right? What playing wide does is, do you see the offensive lineman? He has to go to him, right? So the offensive lineman, he's setting to him. And what this does is gives him a two-way go, right? It sets him up. He can go inside and go outside. Because look at this, guys. It's huge. He brought the offensive lineman all the way out here with his width and with his angle. So Maxx Crosby attacks the upfield shoulder. He gets to the set point. Right now, honestly, I'd be taking that inside rush. But he goes. He gets a passive. You guys see this passive setter, right? Really good offensive linemen are passive setters, right? Because they want you to bring the fight to them. They don't want to take chances and throw their hands and you can cross drop me or you can swipe me, right? But Max did his research on him. He might be a passive puncher, so we didn't go bull rush. But what does he do here, guys? What
Double
move does he
swipe.
land?
The
Does a double
max.
swipe? Yes, because he probably did some film sessions and he sees that the right tackle here, he goes from low to high. See that?
Yep.
So if he's trying to connect, he has the right idea, right? He just misses it, right? You see this miss? Misses
Yep.
it completely. But is his rush done? No. What the coolest part about this is, look, he does the swipe. He brings the inside foot, doesn't flip his hips, right? So he brings that inside foot. Now, where is that toe pointing right now? Even though he missed the hands, it didn't work at all. Where is his toes? Where is his hips pointing?
To the QV.
To the QB. So it didn't matter if he missed his hands. Now, what he understands is he has a backup move, right, guys? A lot of us are like, oh, but this double swipe ain't going to work. I'm just going to keep running upfield. He made the double swipe. He realized he missed those hands right now. And all he did was it didn't take him a second to think. He's like, okay, I missed the hands. And now he went into a rip. So you guys see this lean. He goes straight from a double swipe into a lean like he planned it, right? So as soon as he leans, the offensive lineman dips. And what I love about my rip and what I teach my guys is we got to rip to the sky. But a lot of us think that when we rip, it's only about our upper half. It's about our upper half and our lower half at the exact same time. So when we rip here, do you think he just rips with his upper half? No, he brings the
No.
inside foot because if we only rip with our upper half here, we only half as powerful. When we rip to the sky, we need to bring our inside foot like Max does here and lean into him. That is how we are the most powerful. And this allows us not to banana all the way around the QB. This allows us to set our own angle. And do you guys see his feet right now? Where are they pointed to right now still?
Yeah, it was a QB.
The QB. They are never leaving the QB. Those feet, those pointing toes, those hips are taking you to the QB because he could have done this perfectly on the upper half, but if his toes were facing forward, his body momentum would take him all the way out here. So let's watch him finish, right? Finish. Hold on, boys.
That's close to be a holding, right?
It's close to be a holding, right? Down. Okay. Any questions on that one?
No questions.
No questions on that one. Before we go on to the Q&A, because we got 10 minutes here, guys, is that I just want you to watch Max here. Okay? You guys see Max on the left-hand side? As soon as you see it, as soon as you see that ball pitched, I need you to get on your horse. Watch Max right now.
Oh, okay.
Right? Watch him, right? Everybody else is jogging to the ball, man. This is how you put an impact on film. Do you see where he was at? He was on the other side of the ball. You guys watching Max right now? He's right here. This guy was on the other side of the ball, and Max made it all the way to the end of the field. Bop,
He's
right?
giving DK Metcalf vibes.
Exactly, man. This guy was on the other side of the field. All these dudes were on this side of the field, and he ended up there. If I could say anything about watching film, man, is just what Maxx Crosby does and what you guys can put into your game is just hustle and effort. Maxx Crosby was a Div 2 dude that went in a fourth round draft pick, and he wasn't supposed to start. They drafted a guy in the first round, like sixth overall, that was supposed to play. And this guy outworked everybody for the last 4 years, and now he's the highest paid defensive end in the league. So that just goes for all of us. Is like, doesn't matter where we are right now. If we just keep putting the work as coaches, as players, we can be the best at whatever craft we do. Okay, guys?